Investing is very much like playing chess. In the investing context, your opponent is the share market and what the market does. And if you want to do well and become a champion in the share market like you do in chess, there are a few things that you need to master. Number one, a good chess master will be able to anticipate their opponent's behavior based on their pattern. So just like in the share market, how do you anticipate what the market is going to do? You study their pattern. And how do you study their pattern? You need to understand the history of the share market. A market crash is very normal once every 10 years, as there's a very high probability of the market crashing in 7 or 8 or 10 years. So we just had one in 2020. The next one is unlikely to be in the next few years. So that is what we call anticipation. It is always when the market is extra optimistic, where everybody believes stocks can only go up. That is the most dangerous time to invest, because the market likes to catch people when they are the least careful and when they feel the most optimistic. So after you anticipate what the market does, number two, you need to know what is the right move to do when the market makes a certain move. So for example, if the market suddenly crashes, what should you do? So you should obviously be buying and collecting good and cheap stocks, but not buying at any price. What you need to do is you need to know how much should it drop before you buy your first batch. So I personally like to buy only after the share market has crashed about 30%. If you simply average down, even if it drops like 5% or 10%, that is the wrong strategy and wrong move, because you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So how do you know what is the right move to make based on what the market does? You need to have a checklist. And these checklists usually come from your experience or from other people's experience in the share market, so that they know what is the right strategy to use for each move the market is making. But even if you can master the two things, anticipate and know the right strategy, you need to have this last thing called be able to set a trap. If you know how to set a trap, like what I did in 2020 when everybody was chasing the tech stocks, and I positioned myself into some bank stocks and recovery stocks, and that's what I call setting a trap, because I've already positioned myself to wait there, so that when the market starts to move away from tech stocks to bank stocks, I am benefiting greatly from the bottom. And that's how we can have a checkmate. So just remember, if you want to be good, you need these three things. Be able to anticipate what the market does by studying the history. Number two, knowing what strategy to use when the market makes a certain move. Number three, be able to set a trap. That's where your advantage is in the long-term waiting game, not rushing in with everybody. If you find yourself thinking, wow, I love this guy sharing and it makes a lot of sense, so where can I discover what is the history of the market so I can know the pattern? You know, when the market makes a certain move, what is the right strategy and how do I set a trap? I've got a good news for you. Just go ahead to the link above or button below and register for my upcoming webinar, because in this webinar, I'll be sharing with you my exact checklist, and this is the exact checklist that I use to bring myself from 10,000 ringgit to more than $1 million in 6 to 7 years. Each stock, each scenario got the right strategy for it, and it will all be shown in this checklist. And that's how I make 20 to 30,000 ringgit a month consistently right now. And this webinar is perfect for you even if you're a total beginner, because if you really apply everything that I've shared with you, that I'll be sharing with you in the webinar as well, you are having a very high chance to make your first profit even within the first 3 months. So my name is Ming Teck, and I hope to see you at my webinar. Just go hit the link above or button below and register, and I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.